happened? He no longer works for you, is that right?
Yeah, yes. He's an entrepreneur. He has moved on to bigger and better things.
Y'all don't understand. I look at Bentley and all these people. Come on, man. Now that we know the monster, man, you carry the man umbrella. You was the man. I watched this man disrespect you every chance he got. Talk to you like his bitch. He talked to Harv like his bitch. He talked to D-Dot like his bitch. He talked to all them niggas like they his bitches. And now that I learned that they really were his bitches.
What do you think Diddy and Fonzworth Bentley's real relationship was?
Concubine, master.
One person I keep thinking about is this guy, Fonzworth Bentley. Do you remember him? He always had the umbrella. He was Diddy's gentleman assistant for a really long time. So, Fonzworth, tell us.
So Diddy's old assistant from back in the day is talking. And honestly, he needs to file a lawsuit as well, because Diddy really did a number on him. In case y'all don't remember, Fonzworth Bentley popped up on the internet as the dude with the umbrella next to Diddy. However, he's been away from the spotlight in recent years, and it's all because of his former boss, and Freddie P practically confirmed it. According to him, Diddy treated Fonzworth like leaving him no choice but to run for the hills. In fact, Freddie P from Making the Band also mentioned that Diddy was actually addicted to making out of the people around him. He did it to Fonzworth, he did it to Meek Mills, and he did it to YK Osiris. But thankfully, Fonzworth managed to make it out of that situation thanks to Kanye. Wes, just how did Kanye help him? And what exactly did Diddy force Fonzworth to do? Here's everything we know.
Turning people out. That was his addiction. That was his addiction. He didn't. There's plenty of people that he could have. It was his addiction.
So some of y'all might have forgotten Fonzworth, but at one point he was a big part of Diddy's career. Diddy started parading him around like a butler back in the 2000s. And no, it wasn't because he wanted to look like an old millionaire. See, back then Diddy had to do some damage control. He had just been acquitted of the charges in the 1999 New York club case, which involved him, Jennifer Lopez, and rapper Shine. He wanted to rebrand himself, basically get the public to not view him as a thug, and so he changed his name from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy or Diddy. But this wasn't enough, and so he brought in Derek Watkins. Some information about Derek aka Fonz was that he actually majored in biology at Morehouse College. But somewhere along the line, he realized he wanted to be a part of the entertainment industry instead. And so he quit his studies and took up video jockeying, inspired by artists like Dillian and Bill Bellamy, while praying for his big break. But what Derek really wanted to do was act on the big screen, and so he auditioned for a role. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. However, he refused to give up on his dream. He kept pushing forward. And in the meantime, he got a job managing a restaurant at 11 Madison Park to put food on the table. And that's when he decided to hit up Diddy with an interesting message. Please don't make me go back to my hater boss. See, Derek had already been in touch with Diddy. During the short time Diddy was in legal trouble, because of the Shine New York case, Derek used to send the rapper inspirational Bible verses. And once the former music mogul had nothing on his plate, he turned his attention to Derek. He instantly thought he was the perfect guy to hire as his part personal assistant / valet. It might have something to do with the fact that Derek's parents had sent him to etiquette school when he was younger back in 2008. He did an interview with Vulture where he revealed, "I can tell you a quick story about how I ended up in Ute school when I was young. It was a habit of mine to push my food onto my fork. My mama said, you know, if you keep doing that, you're going to etiquette school, so sure enough, she sent me to class. And it was freaking horrible." Now, fast forward to my sophomore year at Morehouse College. Evan Cosby, Bill's daughter, was a freshman, and she invited a group of us to her house. Towards the end of the dinner, Bill looked over at me and said, "I like the way you use your cutlery, man." I didn't even know he was watching. I got up from the table, called my mama, and said, "Mama, thank you for sending me to etiquette school that summer. You never know who's watching." And just like that, Derek got his big break. He helped Diddy win back public approval. Meanwhile, he got the spotlight. Derek made headlines as he followed Diddy around and carried his umbrella for him. photo of him and Diddy and Sandro Pay hit the internet, suddenly everybody wanted to know who was the guy holding the umbrella. Derek even talked about his newly found fame, with New York Times saying Jay Leno talked about that picture. So did Regis and Kelly. It was in Time Newsweek. People, it made me famous overnight. What's more, Derek also got his identity, Fonzworth Bentley, while working for Diddy.
The dude Tony De Niro said, we gotta figure out a name for you, man. It's gotta be on the level of, you know, those characters. He said, you gotta be like Fonzworth, you gotta be like Bentley. He said, we're just gonna call you Fonzworth Bentley. And he said, I like it.
So things couldn't be better for Fonzworth, at least that's what it seemed like on the surface. But behind the scenes, Fonzworth was living a completely different reality. See, according to the streets, Diddy had FW performing all kinds of jobs, for including Al doing favors for him in the bedroom. Freddie P recently sat down with the Art of Dialogue and talked about the real dynamics between these two. According to him, he had something going on with everybody around him.
With Puffy, of course, I think he gay. I think everybody around him gay, and I think you don't get to stay around him unless you've proven that either you're with or the don't bother you. There's not a man that I could see Diddy hanging around that I don't think he ever at least tried. He's not being your friend. I love you, daddy. He's not like that. He not like that. Puffy don't have a friend. Puffy didn't grow up with nobody. He don't love nobody. You deserve it, daddy. And he know what he was doing. So yeah, you either took part in some foolery, aided some foolery, enabled bad behavior, or have your own ghost. Have your own skeletons that he allowed to, you know, oh, I'll do this while you do that. We all good. We don't give a f. This our world. Let's all go on the plane and do it. You wanna be with fat? Go ahead. You can have fat. You like the anal sex and why it's dirty. Whatever you do and he found out you do, he can allow you around him. I gotta have something on you. I gotta play with your little hole or something. Y'all don't understand. I look at Bentley and all these people. Come on, man. Now that we know the monster, man, you carried the man umbrella. He was the man. I watched this man disrespect you every chance he got. Talk to you like his bitch. He talked to Harv like his bitch. He talked to D-Dot like his bitch. He talked to all them like they his. And now that I learned that they really were his, that's why I got so much respect for James.
What do you think Diddy and Fonzworth Bentley's real relationship was?
Concubine, master.
Ooh.
Period. Everybody knows. I think the thing that everybody is having a hard time grasping is how that whole thing could have probably went down. But the thing is it was how fast he disappeared.
Yes. Now he lives in Atlanta. He's married. He has 2 sons. He's living his life. I mean, but how many? Listen, y'all. If you've ever lived in Atlanta, you know the majority. The majority of them are by gay men. They just give up their life to be married and gave their life to God, and they're your pastor.
He disappeared faster than Mace did. When Mace ran from Diddy, you could see the trailer just fire from his footsteps as he ran.